Welcome back, ladies and gents. Your boy Dak908 here. Giving you guys that. What number we on? Third episode, I suppose. My origin story. Story of a Duggah, whatnot. Last we left off, was just getting ready to tell you guys how I started making montages and everything. So I guess we'll just start from right there. Now, I got my capture card. I think January 30th, 2009? Yeah. And that's when I decided, oh man, I'm gonna be just like my man Me Out Time 5, just like JQ. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna start making montages, I'm gonna be a big YouTube phenomenon. That's what I want. I didn't want to be a YouTube phenomenon. I didn't care. Because at the time, subscribers never really mattered to me. I really didn't even know what they were, to be honest. I just wanted to make a montage and just put it on YouTube. So that was my number one goal. I saved up a little money, little income tax money, whatever, at the time. And then I went out to Best Buy and got one. It was the Dazzle. Forget the DVC 100, I think, or something. I don't know. It was the best at the time. The best Dazzle, that is. I don't know about the best capture card at the time. Anyway, I went out and got it. It would cost me like $180. That's back when it was expensive. Now you get it for like $50, so it ain't no big thing. But I got it, immediately hooked it up. I got lucky, and the TV that I had at the time was a really huge, one of those massive, they're big screen TVs, but they were the massive ones, the ones that took up all your living room space, huge freaking speaker in it, and it just didn't have really good quality to anything. It was a terrible TV, to be honest, but I got lucky enough for it to have a video out, so I used that to record. And I was so anxious to get a montage. I told myself I'm gonna record every no scope or whatever that I get, because that's really what it was at the time. There was no quad feeds or triple headshots or like anything crazy like that. Stuff we see nowadays, that wasn't there. That stuff didn't really exist. It was just go out there and get some cool stuff. At the time, the big thing was consistency. You know what I mean? You didn't have to kill 30 people right there in your kill feed. You just have to have enough kills within the video so that it's interesting. Kill the guy here, turn over here real quick, kill that guy over there, walk a little bit, kill that guy, real quick double kill this guy. Just a bunch of quick kills together. And well, for me at the time it was just no scopes, man. I mean that's when no scoping was the diggity. I mean no scoping was the ish. So I decided I'm gonna make me a no scope montage. Because Me Out Time 5 is a no scoper, and I wanted to be like him and JQ. So I get out there. I got Water War on the Wii. I get out there, so I start recording a montage under the moniker D's Nuts. And I recorded I think 10 games. Okay, record 10 games. Grab me a Fall Out Boy song because I know the music back then. I felt that it just had to be rock music. I didn't really know any rock music. My sisters, they kind of did, so they just hooked me up with that, and I just used whatever music they gave me at the time. So I used the Fall Out Boys I Don't Care for my first montage. It was called One Shot, One Kill, I think. I think it was the name of my montage. The thing is, when I was making this montage, I was telling people about it at a school. They didn't know nothing about Call of Duty. To be honest, I felt like the biggest nerd at the time because I saw some YouTube, oh man, it's over, and go. I started telling them about it. They pretty much didn't care. But I sure as hell made it, seem as if they should have cared. But named it One Shot Kill. It went up for one day of gameplay. Same day at it went up. It out of nowhere made pretty decent views for its time. I think I was at like 8 views within like the first 10-15 minutes of the montage being up, which is unheard of because quite honestly I didn't have a following. It was my very first video. The channel itself was pretty new as well. I didn't have any subscribers. And then, before long, it hit about 200 pretty quick. And then, much later on, it went to hit over 1,000. But anyway, after I made that montage, I got the bug. You know what I mean? I just had to go for montages. Granted, the montages were the first one was really bad. My first one, I had to say, was really bad. My second one, quite honestly, I felt was probably one of the best montages I've done for Water War. It was called, These Nuts, Bang was the name of the montage, just Bang. And I used Ludacris' #1 spot as a song, and it eventually got copyright infringement on it, so it was muted for like forever. But the gameplay of the montage was really good. I mean, it was a really good montage. And no one got to see it. That was the montage that got the least amount of views. It's probably because it didn't have any audio to it, so no one cared to share it anywhere, so you couldn't even hear it, enjoy the video. But I noticed it didn't get any views. It didn't get any comments or nothing like that. But that was probably my favorite montage to make. Now, my third montage, War to War again. I mean, the first two I made within almost back to each other. The third one was the only one that took a little bit of time to do, because as I developed, my skill, I started watching other montages. I noticed that, well, some of them was a bit, creative. This is when actual editing came into play. Before, all editing was like synchronizing your shots and whatnot, and everybody had that down pretty much to a T. With my third montage was called "These Nuts in Your Mouth." Alright, I used a song from You Coulda See. It was called "I'm Like Ass." It wasn't an international hit or national for that matter. I just heard it on the radio one day and I looked it up and got the song from my sister, I think. And I decided to make a montage to it. Now, the editing with that was, he would repeat, acting ass, acting ass, acting ass, acting ass, and then I would actually sync my shots up to that and do a little, just do some cool stuff with it, you know what I mean? Try to make it like really fly. It did pretty well, a lot of people like the name "These Nuts in Your Mouth." The name is "These Nuts," and then that montage is actually when I started to get a following, because it was after then I started seeing, quote unquote fanboys. The first fanboy I ever saw, he had my name, literally word for word my name, in game. Thing is, my name was These Nuts, and then I think it was DZZNTS or something like that. It was weird. But it was pretty much my name. I was like, whoa, man, I'm becoming a household name, I started getting a bunch of subscribers at the time. I was getting views everywhere. It was just looking really good for me. And I decided, at the time I was 17, I'm like, man, if I'm going to be a household name, you know what I mean? I can't have a name like These Nuts. Within the "I'm Like Ass" montage, I started, to think about that as well. No, not that one. Within the montage after that, which was called "The Force," I started to think about that as well. And I noticed that it just wasn't in me to leave like this bad taste in your mouth. These nuts. You can't tell your mom, "Oh, I'm watching a montage from These Nuts." You know what I mean? It just didn't sound cool. So I decided to actually go back to the name Dak. Now, the thing with Dak was that by this time, my cousin Trey, he already went back to college. This is like February 2009, February, almost March 2009. About March, and I would call my cousin on the phone. Now, his name, he changed his name up. He actually got to play with me All Time 5 and JQ. He was actually playing with him. He was playing with my heroes, so I was really happy to hear about that. And then he changed his name because I love my cousin. I want to be just like him. He was a great sniper and everything. He changed his name to II Deuce, II 2008 II, and then the summer of what was it? Summer of no, not there yet. Since I want to be like him. I saw his monster. I want to be like him. I'm like, man, my cousin's cool. I'm gonna take the II thing. This is where the IIs came from. For him, he said the IIs stood for intellectual individual, and he just kept using that intellectual individual, whatever, blah. So I just stole it straight from him. Exactly where it came from. And then I used that moniker towards the middle to the end of my Force montage, which I will admit is probably my favorite montage I've ever made, because that one took a long time to do. It took about 2 months to actually go through the clips and the editing and everything. I even went and I didn't have Sony Vegas at the time. Sony Vegas was still like some mystery to me. I knew people had it, and it was just a really great program. I just didn't know how to get it. This is back when you had to use turrets, whatever, to get it. But I bought an additional plugin to Pinnacle Studio, which is what I was using at the time to actually make the montage. And I'd say it was probably some of my best work. I mean, the clips was definitely there. The editing was there. It was really, really nice. I mean, it was probably my best well put together. It was my best well put together War to War montage. It was gonna be a 3-part series: Force, Padawan, Jedi, Master. Master was when I became literally the Schnit, but it never happened. The Force Padawan was a really great montage. Jedi was actually in the works, not even joking. I actually pretty much had it finished. I wanted to release it right before Reflex came out, but like an idiot, my computer, my laptop time didn't have a lot of memory. I decided, well, let me just delete all the videos. So I thought I copied all the videos again onto my desktop, but I deleted the videos folder and I lost all the videos. So that montage didn't exist. I stored some of the clips on Battlefront, but they were long gone by the time I did that. I mean, that montage was going to be so much better than Force Padawan. I really missed it. I really wanted that montage to come to life. It was going to be really great, but Master never happened. But that, at the end of Force Padawan was when I started using II deck, II 908. I literally ripped the IIs from my cousin because you know, I wanted to be just like him, and he had a number, so that's where the 908 came into play as well. So that's where the II deck II 908 II came from. It's my montage name. It's my Call of Duty montage name because it was D's Nuts, but that didn't sound too nice. So I decided make it a bit more wholesome and make it sound like a name you'd like to actually want to see. So people just pronounce it as DAC 908, not II DAC II 908 II. They just, the I's are just separating. So that's for the II DAC that's my montaging in the very beginning. So next episode we'll talk about some more stuff. Holla at your boy.